Hey engineering design students, this is an overview of our puzzle cube assembly and some basics on rigid assemblies. So if you've done the assembly in the scooter project, it's a lot of inserts and pin slot connections. This one is more just how are we going to put our puzzle cube together. So what you do is you start with one of your puzzle cube parts. In this case, I'm going to start with block B. Maybe that's the corner of my, or the center of my puzzle cube solution, the one that I would start with. And you're going to have that open as a part file. You're going to right click on a second part in the library and choose Insert into Current Design. And it's going to bring that part in, and when it does, it gives you the Move Copy function, which is M on the keyboard at any time. But in order to move this thing, you want to select the sphere in the center, this small little snowball here, and that will allow you to move it close enough and get it close to adjusted properly. Now I want mine to be flipped 180, so I'm going to grab this handle for the rotation feature here and rotate it around 180 degrees. And then I'm going to grab my snowball again and move it and get it close. Move copy, you can get out of the way for a little bit. So it doesn't have to be exact, and I actually want some space or a gap in between these. And once I've got it close to positioned to correct, it's going to slide in here and lap over the top of this T. Then I can click OK. I'm going to hit J on my keyboard, or I could find that under Assemble and choose Joint, and that's going to give me the joint window. Now normally I would tell you it's asking us to select components, and I would say, well, select this face and then mate it with the face on the back side. But it's actually going to be, I found, a little more effective to select objects that are like the same profile and shape. So I'm going to actually select this inside edge right here and the center of it. Notice how that snaps to center. So that's my first object, and once I click that, it says, well, what do you want for component 2? I can use the view cube here to rotate around and get an angle that I can see a component 2. Midpoint of that line, click, and it's going to slap those two together, really in a fancy form, and automatically make it flush on this outside edge and on top as well. So I just need to confirm that, click OK, and then I would go ahead and find my next puzzle cube part, right click on that, insert it into a current design. A few things if you get stuck or if a constraint doesn't work out. Now notice we've got a revolute function for some reason in here. I don't exactly know why. It might be on that, it is on that access point, so I could have set a degree constraint to that, which is kind of cool. But the program is really smart to know, well, you just want to flush up these edges here and flush up the top edges and mate these two together. So if I got in trouble though, I could go back into that joint command right here. Notice this would be my angle offset, and let's just try 1 inch and see what it does. So it drops it down 1 inch from there. That's kind of cool. I'll take that off. But I could also go, let's try that again. 0 degree, but I think, there we go, 90 degree. If I change that to 180, it's going to spin that piece based on my axis. And you notice I've got this kind of double faded thing. Well, that one block chunk is inside the other one. If I type in 270, you can see it spun it all the way around. Here's 90. It's backwards of what I need. I got to go back to, must be continue to spin from that or add it up. 270 is correct right now. 0 inch offset from those 2 points. And I could also flip it if I needed to. It would invert it, but it's the correct direction right now. Animate. Well, that's fun. Must just be able to animate it multiple times. Wow, okay, stop. Thank you. And that should, that's not good. So I have to go back in and fix this thing. That 270 must be messing it up yet. I think it should be 90. There we go. It's what it was originally. So I'm good right now. I would save this, and it's going to be my completed assembly at some point. And then block B would really become my assembly, and I would create my exploded presentation view out of block B.